Adanna stood behind her neatly arranged fabric stall, a cascade of colorful Ankara rolls creating a mosaic of bold yellows, reds, and blues. Her smile radiated warmth, her laughter musical and infectious, drawing customers like bees to honey. Despite her outward brightness, a fleeting shadow sometimes crossed her face, vanishing as quickly as it appeared in the ever-moving crowd. Mama Nkechi, from the next stall, leaned over. Her wrapper faded but her spirit undimmed.
Adanna, baby, this your fine smile. Go sell all your clothes today.
Mama Nkechi, your mouth safe. No be only me. Now your pepper soup, they bring all the customers.
Their laughter rippled out, drawing smiles from shoppers passing by. The moment a brief respite from life's demands. Adanna's heart was heavy beneath her practiced cheer, the weight of loss pressing in as she remembered her brother Chidi. 6 months had passed since that fateful, rain-slicked night in Ikeja. A reckless driver, a flash of headlights, and then devastating silence. The grief had moved from a scream to a quiet ache, coiling deep inside as she forced herself to keep moving, keep smiling, keep selling. Announcer's voice boomed.
Oyo, attention, attention. Festival of Culture, Design Competition, Grand Prize, 500,000 naira. Submit your fabric designs at the festival office by next Friday. Showcase your heritage, your pride. Change your life.
Instantly, the market buzzed. Traders chatted, dreams ignited, and friends swarmed Adanna's stall. Friends teased and encouraged her, their voices mingling. Adanna, Abik, if you no win this one, we go disown you. The joy around her felt distant, muffled by the ache of unfinished dreams. Adanna sat alone, her knees hugged to her chest, the day's mask slipping away. A framed photo of Chidi watched from the wall, his mischievous smile frozen in time. She reached for it, her voice trembling with pain.
Chidi, how can I do this without you? How can I keep smiling when it feels like my heart is breaking every single day?
Tears flowed silently, soaking her memories and the dreams they had once shared. Chidi's voice seemed to fill the room, gentle but insistent.
Smile, but fight for your dreams.
Adanna straightened, the old spark reigniting within. Perhaps entering the competition was not a betrayal, but an act of love, a way to honor her brother and to reclaim her dreams from beneath the weight of her grief. With trembling hands, she reached for her sketchbook, the first lines drawn by the light of hope instead of sorrow.
Adanna sits cross-legged, her shadow edged onto the cold cement by the hesitant dawn. All around her, Lagos thrums, a relentless heartbeat outside her window, promising movement, promising chaos, but inside stillness reigns. The city's roar is muffled by the weight in her chest as she stares at the blank paper. The silence broken only by her measured breaths and the distant call of a hawker. Her fingers tremble, the pencil poised as if to challenge the emptiness.
What if you've lost it?
The whisper is barely louder than the morning breeze. Yet in it, Adanna hears the voices of her doubts, the ache of her grief, and the echo of Chidi's absence. But then, unbidden, the memory of laughter, Chidi's laughter, stirs within her, urging her forward. With each hesitant stroke, Adanna wrestles with her sorrow. The pencil scratch becomes a steady rhythm, and her lines curve into stormy waves to cradle her pain, then bloom into hibiscus flowers, fragile yet daring to exist. At the center, a sun rises, bold and golden, breaking through the darkness. Every line is a memory, a prayer whispered for herself, a promise to keep moving forward. Hours slip by unnoticed, and when she finally sits back, her body aches, but her heart is lighter. Adanna stands before her materials, her mind alive with possibility. She runs her hands over the midnight blue cloth, feeling the cool promise of transformation beneath her fingers. She chooses colors carefully, morning woven with the hope of sunrise, resilience stitched into every seam. The whir of her sewing machine becomes the new heartbeat of the room, steady through the encroaching dusk. Neighbors passing outside glance at her window, wondering at the lamp's persistent glow. Alone, Adanna sits, her fingers tangled in fabric and fear. The dress before her is more than cloth and thread. It is her healing, her story, her survival. Doubt creeps in, chilling her resolve. Will the judges see her pain or only her flaws? Will her work be enough? Some nights, the weight is almost too much, and she finds herself paralyzed, staring at the swirling patterns she has poured her soul into. Mama Nkechi, new character, Adanna's neighbor, matronly, caring, wise.
Child, no matter how heavy heart dey, you go chop small. Tears no dey full bell.
Adanna accepts the bowl, her fingers warming against the ceramic, her lips curling into a weak but genuine smile. In that moment, the quiet companionship is as nourishing as the soup itself. Perhaps, she thinks, courage is not always loud and defiant. Sometimes it is simply the act of continuing. Adanna stands before her creation, exhaustion etched into her face, but her eyes shining with quiet pride. The city wakes again, loud, fast, and unapologetic. But inside, she feels a hard-won peace. Whatever comes of the competition, she has stitched herself back together, one thread at a time. As she gazes at the rising sun, she knows that healing is not a single act, but a relentless, beautiful design, woven from pain, resilience, and the simple, stubborn act of moving forward. Adanna stands at the edge of the festival grounds, clutching a bundle of deep blue fabric to her chest, her breath coming fast and shallow. All around her, Lagosians parading their finest, Kiele head wraps perched high, agbadas billowing, sneakers peeking beneath native attire. The excitement is palpable, buzzing through the crowd like a current. Adanna's friend one leans in, her voice low but fierce.
Adanna, your design go scatter ground. No fear, we day your back.
Adanna's friend too grins, nudging her playfully.
Just a smile. You don't already win. Now you and Chidi, they enter that competition today.
Adanna forces a smile, her hands trembling as she surveys the competition area. A makeshift runway lined with palm fronds and bunting, the judges' table draped in gold cloth. Adanna glanced at their dances at her design, doubt gnawing at her resolve. What if mine is too simple, too raw? Her gaze wanders to other contestants, their works dazzling in the morning light. She closes her eyes, recalling her brother's voice, soft and steady, like the Harmattan breeze, Chidi.
Smile but fight for your dreams.
Adanna unwraps her creation with trembling hands. Gasps ripple through the audience. The judges lean in, their expressions shifting from curiosity to awe. The fabric glows deep blue like the Lagos lagoon, shot through with gold and crimson patterns that seem to flicker and move. At its center, a rising sun blazes defiantly. Lead judge.
Tell us about your inspiration, Adanna.
Adanna swallows, her voice trembling at first, but growing steadier as she speaks.
This design is a story. It's about loss, about how the night can be long and dark, but the sun always rises. It's for my brother, Chidi, who believed that dreams must be fought for, even when it hurts.
A hush falls as her words hang in the air, sunlight glinting off her tears. Adanna stands on the runway, tears streaming down her face. Unashamed, she lets them fall. Tears of pride, of healing, and of unbreakable love. Above her, the sun blazes even brighter, gilding her fabric with hope.
Adanna Okafor sat among the finalists, her heart pounding in her chest as voices swelled around her. Every inch of the room seemed charged with expectation, the air thick with the scent of fresh fabric and possibility. The announcer's voice crackled through the speakers, each name called sending a ripple of excitement or disappointment across the audience. Adanna barely heard her own name, first place, before she felt herself swept up in a tidal wave of joy. Hands reached for her, arms circled her in a fierce embrace. Mama Nkechi, her friend and mentor, squeezed her tightly, tears streaming down both their faces.
You did it, Adanna! You did it for all of us!
The trophy felt heavy and cold in her trembling hands, but the weight was nothing compared to the pride that blossomed in her chest. Adanna looked up, blinking against the brightness, her thoughts drifting to Chidi, whose absence was a quiet ache in her heart. She imagined his laughter in the wind, his encouragement echoing in her mind. As questions swirled around her, she spoke softly.
This is for everyone who ever dared to dream. For those who rise, even after they fall.
A small hand tugged at Adanna's dress. She turned to see a little girl, eyes shining with awe.
Auntie, your cloth fine well. One day I go make cloth like you.
Kneeling, Adanna took the girl's hands gently, her own eyes sparkling with unshed tears.
You will, my dear,
she whispered, her voice thick with emotion.
You will rise, just like the sun.
For the first time in years, Adanna's smile was not a mask worn for others, but a reflection of true joy. The check in her hand was more than money. It was a key to Chidi's dream, to a boutique that would be called Chidi's legacy, a testament to love and resilience. As she moved forward, her heart light, she knew that tomorrow would be brighter for her and for every child who dared to hope.